Hey, I'm Kyle from Pixel Heavy Industries, and we want to make a game called Fruit Coder, specifically aimed at girls 3rd grade and up, that'll teach them how to program computers. Now, there are a lot of reasons we want to make this game, but the biggest one is Quinn.
Now, my wife and I raised Quinny without the concept of girl things and boy things. We just told her from day one she could be and do anything she wanted to be in life. So we were kind of surprised when she came to us one day and said, "I can't be a police officer, only boys can be police officers." Seemed like no matter how hard we argued with her, we couldn't convince her. But the problem was simple. Quinn had never seen a female police officer, only male ones. And what she saw and didn't see spoke 10 times louder than all our years of encouragement. Now, thankfully, Quinn ended up meeting Officer Lauren from the local PD, so she's totally on board now with the fact that girls can grow up to be cops. But this isn't really a story about police officers, it's a story about the other thing Quinn's not seeing.
Female programmers, which is horribly ironic given that the first programmer was a woman, and that Grace Hopper was basically the Chuck Norris of computing. But whether it's Tron, or War Games, or Iron Man, or even Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the idea of a female computer scientist is almost completely absent in pop culture. Now, lack of role models certainly isn't the only reason women are outnumbered 4 to 1 in programming, but it does crop up over and over that women just don't feel like they belong in tech. We need to give girls a role model they can actually relate to. A fellow female programmer who can plant the idea in their minds that they can and should be rockstar programmers just like the bros, that they totally belong in tech. So meet Joy. Like a lot of other girls, she's smart, she enjoys school, and she loves hanging out with her friends. She also happens to be an amazing programmer. But Joy has a secret, a room full of tiny furry pets with a voracious appetite for fruit. The game revolves around Joy and the player building elaborate machines to feed and entertain the pets while she's away at school. Joy introduces each level, gives tutorials on new components, and gives the players hints if they get stuck. Here's a simple example level. This is Sherry, who likes watermelons and cherries. One by one, pieces of fruit will drop from the input queue and down towards Sherry. Unfortunately, these watermelons are way too big. We'll need to run them through Mr. Slicey, while letting the cherries fall straight down to Sherry. To do that, we'll use an if statement with a scale component right here. Let's try it with a watermelon. The watermelon weighs 5.9. 5.9 greater than 1 is true, so the watermelon goes out the true side, through Mr. Slicey, down the return bracket, and over to Sherry. Now let's try it with a cherry. 0.2 greater than 1 is false, so the cherries fall straight through the red false side and down to Sherry. Now here's why we're so excited about this concept. This structure, while really easy to understand, translates almost directly over to real programming languages, like the JavaScript shown here. And we can extend this way beyond the basics. We can teach stuff like variable scope, functions, even multi-threading and OLP. We're already hard at work here building out the full version of the game, but we need your help. We can't do this without you. And who knows, by supporting this project, you might be inspiring the next Anita Borg or Grace Hopper.